Wake up, everyone! It's springtime! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well, and welcome to day one of creating my daughter a Moomin jumper. So I am so looking forward to diving into this project. So Daisy is really into the Moomins at the moment, which is great because the Moomins have been one of my childhood favourites for such a long time, and she discovered them when we went to the library. She picked up a book, and yeah, now every time we go to the library she has to go on a hunt looking for a Moomin book. So when we went on Saturday, she couldn't find a new one to take home. She was quite sad, but I said to her this morning, I'm going to start making your Moomin jumper. I'm going to plan it out today. She was very happy. So plan is, so I'm sorry, I'm just like literally just diving straight into this. I bought some yarn. If you saw my last video, I think I just showed the yarn that I'd picked up originally for this project, which is this like nice teal colour. And originally I was just going to do the whole jumper in this teal, and then I thought it might be quite cool to kind of incorporate some stripes as well. So I said to her this morning, would she prefer it all teal or would she like it a striped one? And she said striped, and I kind of gave her the option of like basically one yarn, which is this bright pink. I have used this a few times. If you saw my Gabby Girl cardigan, I used this and another yarn doubled up, and one of the cardigans that I've made for her previously has all been this colour, so I thought this and this together might look quite nice. So I'm currently just sitting on Stitch Fiddle at the moment. I did have a sort of like alpha that I'd picked out from is it called Bracelet Book, but I think basically it would be too long, so I am currently just trying to work out if this is going to be the right size for my jumper. So I know how wide I need it. Ooh. Anyway, so let me just show you. I'm going to take this off here. Let me flip you. Okay, so this is kind of like what we're working with at the moment. It's really basic. If I change the width up to blah, 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 I think it was 136 previously. It gives us a little bit more detail, but I'm sure, because it can't really be any wider than 81. What did I do? I think I had 84 stitches. So I'm going to quickly click save this. We're going to zoom in and see if I can't like make it a little bit more detailed. Larger. So I really like Stitch Fiddle. It's a really good tool to use. It's free. I think you can buy a more premium what's it called, membership, and I don't know, you probably get a few more things to it. So here we go, let's have a little look see. I'm just going to change these a little bit darker, I think. So what I'm going to do is just going to sit here and work on this for a little bit, and then I think I'll catch up with you when I start actually kind of like casting on. So I already did, whoops, I already chained out how many chains I would need. So that was for the original bracelet book. I'll show you. This was the one that I had seen, and I love this. I think it's really cute. But if you have a quick look at the measurements, it's 81 by 102, and 81 works out about right for width, but 102 would definitely turn this jumper from more of a jumper into a dress. So that's why I have gone over to Stitch Fiddle. Where are we? Here? Nope, not here. No, nope, here we are. and basically I did a little bit of a Google, found a picture that I quite liked, saved it, and then just transferred it over into here. So I'm just going to make this a little bit more cohesive, and then probably chuck in my like stripe patterning. I might do quite thick chunky stripes, and then I will meet back with you in a little while once I have sat and worked all of that out. So here we go, here's my completed design. It's taken a little bit of time, just kind of like refining this little picture, but I'm quite happy with how it's turned out actually. So I think that will make for quite a cute little jumper. So plan is I'm just going to start, I'll just start work on that. Sorry, my glasses are really dirty. Yeah, I'm just going to start work on that now. I've got about an hour before I have to go and pick the kids up from school, so I think I'm just going to sit and just catch up on some YouTube and start work on this, and then I will catch back up with you when I've got something to show you. So here is a little bit of an update of my progress so far. I've had to restart this a couple of times, one because it was looking too wide, and then the next because I just really wasn't very happy with kind of like how all of this was turning out. So I ended up like frogging it and like starting it again a few times, and yeah, so now we are, I think maybe like 21 rows in, and this is kind of like progress. So I have been kind of carrying the yarn on some of the rows, and then cutting and tying on a lot of the other ones. And with the ones that I have kind of like carried the yarn across, you can kind of see like here where it's kind of like peeking through. And some of the stitches, like I said, I'm not completely happy with how they're kind of like looking. So like here, I don't even know what's happened here. But like I said, I've started this so many times now, I'm not gonna go back and restart it. But yeah, progress is like finally going. I'm on like the main body part now, so this bit will kind of zoom along quite quickly because it's literally just like the stripe colour, a little bit of black, and then all the white in the middle. And then I'll get up to kind of like the neck area. So I think once I kind of reach that stage, I might show you a little bit more. That's progress so far, so I will check back in with you in a little while. Here we go, front panel is finally finished. I'm really happy kind of like with how it looks overall. There are a few bits that I'd say that maybe I might need to kind of like go over with like a needle and some of this black yarn. I don't know, we'll see. I added like a bit of ribbing detailing across the bottom just to give it a little bit more length, and then I've also made a little bit of a neckline as well. And now I'm a bit concerned though that it's going to be not quite wide enough. When I first kind of like did my initial chain and started it, it was looking really wide. It seems to have kind of got narrower as I've gone. It's probably because the stitching is tight because of like, it's a tapestry. So this is the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this in to soak. I'm going to wet block this before like I attach all the panels, just to see if I can get like a few extra mil on each side and just kind of like loosen up it as a whole. And I've also made a bit of a mistake somewhere. I'm not too sure like what I did. I feel like this like stripe is a little bit too thin, or this one's a bit too thick. I don't know. When I kind of got to one particular side, I had to I ended up like cutting the yarn because I'd done 10 rows, And then I realised that actually with all the subsequent rows before that, I was changing yarn for the colour stripe on this side. So I don't know what I've done wrong, but when you look at it, you can't see any mistakes. It looks fine. And I know somewhere along here I did like miscount something, but like I said, you can't really tell, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks like a Moomin, so I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, what I'm going to go do now is just pop this in some warm water. I tend to do a lot of my like blocking just with like a conditioner, so just a regular hair conditioner. So I'm going to go and just pop that in to soak for a little bit because the weather's supposed to be quite nice-ish today. So I'll get it sort of like blocking outside to dry it off, and then I can kind of start work on the back panel. Hopefully that won't take too long. So I'm going to do the back panel in single crochet like I've done the front, but then I'm going to do the arms in like double crochet just to kind of give them a little bit more freedom of movement so the whole thing isn't too stiff and Daisy's more likely to wear it. And I was thinking of doing like a ribbing like neckband around here, but she suddenly started like really hating things touching her neck, so I think I might just end up leaving it. I suppose I could just do like a little slip stitch pink border. I don't know. We'll see kind of like when it's all together and how it's fitting when it's on, and then I suppose I can kind of like decide then. But so far that is progress. So yeah, onto the back panel now. So I've got a little bit more of an update on Daisy's Moomin jumper now. So this is obviously the front, that's all been blocked out, and then I have done the back panel as well, and I also blocked that. And then I came to kind of like attach it at the shoulders, and then kind of realised that I should probably add a bit more pink to it, otherwise it was going to be like a lot of this tealy colour. So each stripe section works out as about 10 single crochets, so I added another 5 crochets to the front, or should I say to the top of the front section, and then another 5 single crochets to the back section. So that kind of makes a little bit more sense now. And I managed to try this bit on her this morning. The neckline comes down low enough. I don't know if you remember me saying that she really hates anything touching her neck at the minute. She's really funny about it. So yeah, it comes down low enough and it fits over her head, which is good. I'm still a little bit worried that it's not going to be wide enough. I have measured it against one of her newer kind of like sweatshirts, and it measures fine. So hopefully it will kind of fit her and it will all be fine. So I've just kind of got like to weave in these ends in the back bit there, and tidy up the front behind the scenes a little bit as well. And I have started the arms. I was originally, I can't remember if I mentioned or not, I was going to do the arms all in double crochet, and I'd made them too wide. They were looking a bit too wide, My husband said to me it's wide enough to fit around my arm, so maybe scale it back a bit. So I kind of ripped that all back last night and I started again. I'm now doing half double crochet rather than double crochet because I think the half double crochet might kind of like match in a little bit better with the single crochet stitch, so it looks less odd. So yeah, I have got 42 kind of chains now, so it is a lot smaller than it was. My kind of worry was that it would be too narrow for her, but I keep forgetting she is only 4. So that is kind of like what I'm going to sit down and work on. I'm really hoping that I can kind of get this jumper done by the end of the weekend. It's actually Friday. I have today off on kind of like a random just annual leave day. So I've been out this morning. It's now like 12:30, so I'm going to sit and have a bit with lunch and just really work on getting these sleeves like done. My goal, yeah, like I said, is just to get this done by the weekend. This has been rolling on for weeks and weeks and weeks now, and it'd be just nice to have it finished so that she can wear it. And I kind of like have this little image of her going to the library, like with her little Moomin book, wearing this like little Moomin jumper. I just think it would be so cute. But she does love it. She is happy with it. I'm still unsure whether it would be a good idea to kind of just go over some of these stitches or not, or whether it looks cute. It's handmade anyway. I don't know. I suppose I'll just have to decide. If I start kind of like adding stitches to it though, I think it might, I don't know, make it look a bit funny. What do you think? Okay. Right, anyway, so I'm gonna get my lunch, sit down, and just kind of like work on these arms, and then I'll come back to you with hopefully a bit more of an update. So this is the progress on the arm. I'm hoping that this will fit better than when I first did it. So I have to kind of like extend this little area here, because basically I sewed it onto the body last night and it didn't give a lot of room in the armpit, so I panicked and took it all off, and then I kind of added this extra bit here. I basically increased like every 4 like stitches for the first round, then just went round 1 more and then increased every, I think, 3rd set of stitches, and then did 1 final kind of like row of half double crochets just to widen it up a little bit and just give it a little bit more room in the armpit. So I'm hoping that this is kind of like a better like fit on the body, and then I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do now with the cuff, whether it's going to be too long if I put a cuff on the bottom. I might just do like one round of like single crochets and just kind of cinch that in a little bit just to make it a little bit tighter around the sleeve. But that's the progress with the sleeve so far. I now need to go and finish adding the extra bit onto the second sleeve and then attach it to the body, and then hopefully we'll be there. Completed jumper. What do you think? I'm really happy with how it all turned out, and there's a lot of like nice drape to it actually, so I think all the effort that I kind of put into like blocking the front panel and the back panel like separately and then steaming it all kind of really paid off. The arms are a little bit long, but what I ended up doing is kind of like tapering them in ever so slightly, as you can see here, so it kind of makes a little bit smaller, so it kind of, this bit sits quite not tight on her wrist, but it's tight enough so that this little bit kind of like folds in on itself a little bit. So she's got long sleeves, but it's good, it's fine overall, so I'm really happy with how that turned out. And I chose not to kind of like duplicate over these little bits here to kind of make them stand out more, simply because I think it would just make it look really bulky and maybe a little bit strange. But overall I'm so happy with how it's turned out. I don't even know how long it's taken me, like between kind of starting it and then like working on it here and there, and I think it's been weeks now. I'll find the date that I kind of started it and pop that on screen, and then I finished it this weekend gone, so again I'll stick the date, like the date and the timelines and everything all on here. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So yeah, that's it really. That's the end of this vlog. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, think about sort of like giving it a little thumbs up and maybe subscribing for more knit and crochet content. I'm all about kind of like knitting and crochet and like sharing little bits of like life here and there on the channel, and yeah, if you want to stick around, like I said, hit subscribe because I would love to have you, and yeah, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye for now.